Kumara Satsanga, Kumara Satsanga, Kawahirina, Kawahiriya, Kumara Satsanga, Kumara Satsanga.
This is the SANAT Kumara. I am glad to welcome you to this lecture podcast number 84 of Namas University, Earth Spiritual University, the place and community that grows you into fully soul-guided and Shambhala-assisted human beings who are able to create your life and the future of Earth according to the up-to-date divine plan, together with all other beings. I have already spoken to you in lecture number 83 about acceptance. Acceptance of new knowledge, new information, and acceptance of the circumstances. Today, in the lesson 84, I would like to talk to you about acceptance as the skill and how acceptance influences your life. Acceptance is recognition of the reality in the pure form, rationally and calmly, without embellishments and speculations. That is what we teach you with my colleagues in Namas University. Acceptance could be conditional through rationalization and unconditional through the heart. It also does not mean refusal to self-growth or supporting those in need to help improve their lives. Acceptance and obedience are two different terms. Acceptance does not justify weaknesses and defects, like obedience does. For centuries, all Earth's religions demanded the obedience from humanity. If anyone dared to dissent, they were pronounced a heretic and anathemized or damned for the life duration. How many women were burned alive who had direct connection with the divine? Were they all dark witches? For thousands of years, we were forced to feel fear because they desired for you to obey and not to express your free will. This fear you carry from one incarnation to another. Try to answer for yourself who would want to keep you fearful and obedient. Who benefits from it and receives the dividends? Could it be the Creator who exuberates boundless love? Have you ever questioned why angels and archangels only exist in Abrahamic and Gnostics religion, even though the Creator exists in any religion, no matter what he is called? All angels and archangels were created, not by the Creator, but by the dark forces after the fall of Atlantis, as a tool for governance of the humans at the times of the separation of the religions. Over the centuries, nothing stayed unchanged. Religious movements, heads of churches, monarchs were changing. Governments have changed. Old states have collapsed, and new ones have appeared. Old alliances have been destroyed, and new ones have surfaced. the dark forces did not remain the same either. They have introduced the use of the artificial intelligence. They suppress your free will and your free choice, manipulating you through games, social networks, never-ending new gadgets, which collect your full data and controlling your choices because all your preferences are analyzed and recorded. Through their content, they guide your emotions, your beliefs, your choices, and form your views of the world. They rule you, not your soul. Imagine yourself on the deserted island. You do not know where you are. You do not have any ways to connect with the rest of the world. You do not have any necessities. Look at yourself from the outside at the moment of this realization. What were your first emotions? Fear? Feeling of being lost? Possible anger? And only very few felt the acceptance. But only the acceptance will help to make the right decisions on your next steps. After my extraordinary announcement on October 1st, 2024, many of you have felt like you just discovered that you were on a deserted island. Many refused to accept this information. Some began to make the accusation that this was a lie made by those who announced this information. Everyone who made this accusation was not impartial and calm. You need to be in that state for acceptance. In Lesson 83, I said, and I will repeat now, your mind must be flexible. Your heart must be the primary guide for accepting and understanding the knowledge we are giving you and will continue to give you in Namas University. This is your mind resenting. It does not want to adapt, whereas your soul knows the truth. You can ask your soul what worries it, and if you are not sure that you have established contact with your soul, listen to your feelings. But before you ask, use the tool gifted and described in the ebook, your 12-strand sun diamond DNA. Visit your ego chamber. Go to the chamber and ask to show you all the contracts with those who you are spiritually connected with, or with those whom you consider to be your guides. Look at these contracts and ask direct questions with which side they are assigned. I know you will be at the very least surprised by what you see for yourself. Then proceed as explained in the chapter on working with contracts. Now you are ready to communicate with your soul. Go through each emotion. Ask the soul what causes it, why you react this way, to what you hear, what or who is behind it. The revelations will await you. Only an honest conversation with your soul will help you to accept and understand what is happening. Acceptance as a skill will be your best assistant on the way to the acceptance of your soul's mission. That is all I wanted to say to you today. I will return next week with lesson number 85 and another revelation. With love and blessings, your Sanat Kumara. This lecture was received by Victoria Krupa, voiced by Deborah Lee Flynn. All our teaching materials can be found in the text below the podcast and on our website, namasuniversity.org. In the text below the podcast, you will also find a link to the Discord platform, the small purple circle before the word Discord, where we have created study groups where you can find like-minded people to share, discuss, and learn from, as well as lots of other useful information. If your soul responds to this call, join Namas University, Earth's spiritual university. Please join us next week. You need to be aware of what is happening now on Earth, in our galaxy, and in the cosmos.
Kumara Satsanga, Kumara Satsanga, Kawa Irina, Kawa Niriya, Kumara Satsanga.